Could we see Kyle Lamy back on the Formula 1 calendar? It seems more and more likely that F1's going to return to the country of South Africa, where I am right now. Yes, I came all the way out to South Africa just to make this video. So I do apologise if you hear some monkeys around or some birds like killing each other. I don't know, it's crazy here. But with F1 returning to this beautiful country, it could replace the likes of Paul Ricard, which is great. But also it could be Spa. No, not Spa! Formula 1 first raced at Kyle Lamy in Johannesburg in 1967, and it was a staple of the Formula 1 calendar until 1985, where due to civil unrest and unfortunate circumstances in apartheid, South African Grand Prix was cancelled. So then Formula 1 decided to cancel the South African Grand Prix until apartheid was over. But then Formula 1 returned to Kyle Lamy in 1992, and it was a season opener. The races there were decent, nothing great, nothing amazing, but they were decent. Think of the races just like the Australian Grand Prix as the opener. Nothing great, nothing amazing. I mean, it's pretty bad because you have to wake up early, like who likes waking up for the Australian Grand Prix? But Kyle Lamy was decent. But after the 1993 season, it was completely wiped from the calendar. And now we haven't had a race in Africa since. It's meant to be a Formula 1 World Championship, and yet we don't go to all the continents. Poor Antarctica's all on its own over there. And here's why F1 should return to Kyle Lamy. You see, these days, all we get are new street circuits. Look at Jeddah, Baku, Miami. They're all just street circuits these days. And that just means that racing isn't great. I mean, look, in 2022, we had a spell of just street race, and we got like 5 overtakes in total. It was terrible. But as soon as we finished that leg, we went straight to Silverstone, a purposefully built racetrack. And oh my, the British Grand Prix is probably some of the best racing I've ever seen in my life. It was incredible. And then next we went to Austria, where again we had some great racing. And it just shows that purposefully built racetracks are so much better than street circuits. I mean, yes, it's nice to be in a city centre. The drivers have a real challenge to try and get out of the way of those walls. But we want racing as motorsport fans. Yes, it's entertaining on a quali day, but on race day it's just boring. Now on to Kyle Lamy. Now I do have a bit of South African heritage, so I might be a bit biased here, but F1 needs to return to this country, or at least Africa. I mean, another place they could go is Morocco. We've had races there in the past, and Formula E goes there for the Marrakesh E-Prix, but that's only a 2-kilometre long circuit, and it's for Formula E. So they call it a racetrack, but it's actually just an alleyway they drive down. It's tiny. But then also, remember we said we want normal racetracks, not street circuits, so it's, you know, just get rid of that idea. Now, a couple of years ago, the owner of Porsche South Africa actually bought Kyle Lamy and expressed massive interest in getting it back on the Formula 1 calendar. But you see, the track isn't FIA grade 1, it's only grade 2, and all F1 tracks need to be grade 1. But to be honest, the changes are pretty simple. They just need to increase the amount of Tech Pro barriers and add a bit more runoff for the driver's safety, and that's it. Now yes, I'm saying that's it. That's probably going to cost a lot of money, but it's not a massive amount of work. Now yes, South Africa isn't known for its safety. Trust me, I went karting here and it was the most fun experience ever, but if you went off track just slightly, you're into a thing of barbed wire, which isn't great. But Toby Venter, head of Porsche South Africa, said if someone's willing to promote it with them, they'll happily have the F1 circuit return to South Africa. Now Kyle Lamy is the epitome of a perfect motorsport circuit. It's got lovely flowing corners like in Silverstone. It's got nice elevation changes like in Spa. And of course it's got character. Look at that amazing South African flag just on the side there. Oh, it's a nice track. But I mean, look, recently Stefano Domenicali, head of Formula 1, was spotted in South Africa, and reports say he's in talks to get this track back on the calendar, which is just great news. Well, let's talk about the giant elephant in the room. Oh, and that one. We might be losing circuits next year, because look, the Formula 1 calendar is getting packed recently. We've gone from having like 18 races a year up to 23. It's insane. So it seems like if we want to have a track, we have to lose. And we're already getting Vegas next year. And if we get Kyle Lamy as well, we're going to have to bin off some tracks. And there's always talks that Monaco's going to get removed, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen. Yes, the FIA don't always get on well with the motorsport people in Monaco, but it's the Monaco Grand Prix. Literally, the only reason Monaco's there is for the Grand Prix. Let's be honest, who goes to Monaco if it's not for the Grand Prix? The 2 tracks that people are saying is going to get binned off is Spa. What? Not Spa. It's like my favourite racetrack of all time. The other one's Paul Ricard, which I couldn't care less about. Get rid of it. I'll happily be there to bulldoze it myself. It's like the worst racetrack ever, ahead of Sochi. Oh, I hate it. So would we be willing to give up Spa, a staple of the Formula 1 calendar, for a race in Africa? It's a tough decision to make. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Would you bin off Spa, Paul Ricard, or what other circuit do you not like? And while we're at it, let me quickly show you where I am. We're going vlog mode. I don't know if you can hear me, but we're by this massive, like, cliff rock face thing. Some ducks over there. And there were baboons in the trees behind me a second ago. Not baboons, or some sort of monkeys. But yeah, this is sick. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one right here about Logan Sargent, the next American Formula 1 driver who might be joining Williams next year, you know? Go watch it, it's pretty sick. My bum hurts so much from sitting on this rock.